We all know that rosemary oil and rosemary water are very beneficial, but what if I tell you that there are some things that you need to know before you use it? Stay tuned to the end of this video so that you don't do the wrong things and see that you don't achieve any results. Hi, my name is Joy, aka your favorite hair coach. So let's get right into it. So the first thing is, we know the primary ingredient, right? Rosemary leaves. You can use either fresh or dried. I for one, I use the fresh one because that's what I have handy most times, but nonetheless the dried one can still do the job. Moving on, you add your cloves but in minute quantity. Now take into cognizance, cloves have drying effect, so you don't want to use too much of it in your mixture because your hair can end up drying up if it is too much, and that could lead to hair breakage. And we're trying our possible best to avoid hair breakage as much as possible because your hair can actually, get dried from the mixture if the clove is actually too much. So you need to proportion your cloves appropriately so that you don't end up breaking off your hair as opposed to growing it out, right? Moving on, you can use any carrier oil, but you need to use one that is suitable for your hair porosity. Hair porosity is the ability for your hair to absorb moisture, be it your water or any other product, right? So if the oil that you're using for your rosemary oil as the base oil, right, is very thick for your hair. Take for instance, you have low porosity and your hair cannot absorb it. You will end up, just putting product on your hair and it will be sitting on your hair shafts as opposed penetrating into your hair or your scalp to do the job. So you need to look for lightweight oils if you know that you are on the low porosity side. If you're on the medium porosity, which is the normal porosity, you can use any oil of your choice because you easily absorb and you can retain the moisture. If you're on high porosity, you also look for a suitable oil for the mixture, right? But if you know that regardless of you having low porosity, you can still use certain oils and be able to work your way through, then you're good to go. I for one, if I use like olive oil for instance, I have a way of massaging the product into my scalp and also into my hair strands, right, for it to do the job. But you might not have that patience and you will just use the product and it will just sit on your hair and not do anything, and you feel like, oh, this product is not working, rosemary oil is just a hype, right? You need to put into cognizance the kind of oil you use. Moving on, for the rosemary water, you should try to ensure that the water boils to 100 degrees Celsius. Then you pour it into a container filled with your herbs, right? Don't boil the mixture on fire because you can end up degrading most of the property due to the direct heat, right? So all you need to do is put the herbs in a transparent bowl, pour in your hot water and cover the bowl with the lid. Ensure it is covered and you keep it in a cool, dry place. After 24 hours, you strain it. You can either use a cheesecloth or you use like a sieve or something. Then you can get your water extract from it, put it in a spray bottle, and don't forget, store in the fridge because the properties that are in that water are easily degradable. They can easily get spoiled, right? So you need to store it in the fridge to retain those properties. Most of you just do your rosemary water, leave it at room temperature. That means you just leave it one side of your room and it will end up having mucus or it will end up smelling or something. So to avoid that, you need to preserve your water in the fridge. So before you do your next rosemary water, ensure that you have a working fridge for it. Fridge, not freezer, right? Moving on, for your rosemary oil, ensure that you target your scalp and your edges because the growth starts from your scalp, not even your hair strand itself. Growth starts from the scalp. So ensure that you massage the oil, the water in your scalp itself. Then you can still decide to extend the hand of fellowship to the tip of your hair strands and the likes, but your major focus should be on your scalp. Moving on, try to use moisture. I mentioned earlier in this video that cloves have drying effects. So you need to moisturize your hair so that your hair would not be too brittle and break, right? You need to moisturize using a leave-in conditioner, not shea butter. Shea butter is known as a sealant, just like the oil you are using already. So you need a moisturizing product like a leave-in conditioner to help moisturize the hair, right? So you could do the LOC or the LCO method, whichever way it's fine, whatever rocks your boat, do it, right? So, moving on, don't be too bugged about having fresh or dried rosemary. Either of them works, right? Your cloves should be in minute quantity, enough to actually do the job. And for the oil, you can store it in a tight lid container like a bottle or something, and you can keep it at room temperature. That means you keep it in any place in your room or any place in your house, right? Just the temperature in that particular space is what you need to preserve the oil. And for the water, you put it in the fridge like I earlier stated. Those are the ways that you can preserve these two products. And the water, you can do a quantity that you can exhaust between 1 to 2 weeks. Don't leave it for way too long, because the longer it stays, the more less potent it becomes. That's just the truth. So the earlier you use it and do another one, the better it will be for you. So for the usage, you can use it 4 to 5 times every week for both the water and the oil. Don't forget to moisturize like I said earlier. And what else again? Always give yourself a very good scalp massage after each use to promote or stimulate blood flow, which will promote healthy hair growth. So if you can put all of this into cognizance, I feel like you are good to go. Ain't nobody telling you anything, you are good to go. If I remember any other one or any other thing, I'll try to do another video and explain better to you guys, right? I hope this will help you before you do your next rosemary water or your rosemary oil. I remain your favorite hair coach, and I'll see you in my next. Don't forget to get the ebook. The link is in the description box if you want more tips on how to grow healthy hair, right? And the procedures on how to do rosemary oil, rosemary, every. I'll see you in my next. Bye, guys.